see the response in the chat. Actually see a few people here already. Hello, Autumn and Bitty Bitty. If anybody else is here, let me know that you're here so I can say hello. I actually went through my channel, my creator studio is what it's called when you have a channel, if anybody doesn't know that. And occasionally, I just like to make sure I don't have any copyright disputes. They're not strikes or anything. But there's companies that go through and try to claim your videos or video material as yours. Companies do it all the time. They do it with either music or they'll do it with video footage, and it's not theirs at all. So you just have to make sure that you keep yourself on that, because they'll sneak it in there and then they'll get money for it. So that's why it's really important when you make videos to put all the links to everything that you do right in your description box. So when somebody tries to pull a stunt like that, you've got your bases covered and you know exactly where your stuff came from. And you can be like, nope, this is free to use. This is free to use. And it keeps you out of trouble. So far, so good anyways. Better knock on wood, then something else will happen. But hello, everybody in the chat. Hello. I actually got a request from someone to read something different today. Someone from Instagram sent me a message and asked me if I would do emails from an asshole. Now, if you guys remember, it's been a while. I think it's been a year and a half since I did any of those, but I did a few. Oh, don't even reply. Yeah, that's what it's called. Did some emails from an asshole, and they were really entertaining. Hey, Schmeister. Hello. Tisk, tisk. Hello, Roger Hensley. Hello. Thursdays are a little different for me because I have to pick up stepkids from school on Thursdays, usually on Wednesdays too. But I'd like to make live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays a regular thing. Time, I don't have set in stone yet. I feel like I need to do Tuesdays in the evening to give other people a chance to listen, because I'm not really sure. I'm still trying to get the time down. Hey, Justin. I'm trying to remember who. I don't think the person that requested emails from an asshole is in the chat yet, unless it's Justin Ryan. I have to go look at Instagram and see who the person was again. But they sent me a message and asked if I was going to do any more of those. And I don't think people loved them when I did the videos last time. However, I thought it would be funny to go through there because I haven't went through there in a long time. Magi Ryan. So maybe it's you, Ryan? Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Everybody's got different names on everything, so I never know who's requesting what. So yeah, I haven't went through here in a while. I had a lot of fun. Angry Fish Tank guys, the first thing that comes up. Top rated. Let's go to that one. Disguised Weapons, Horse Farm, Rocked, Racist Microwave Buyer. That one sounds funny and horrible. Oh my gosh. You never know what this guy's going to say in these, so I'm like, oh, I don't know. Because there was a few of them that I didn't end up doing because they were so bad. Funny. You know, some people can't always take a joke. So I'm going to skim through this one and see. Okay. Okay, so what it is he's pretending the person that's selling the thing is racist. Okay, so I think we can read it. Horror movie reviews. Yes, I actually have. I've actually also thought of doing something where I pick like 3 or 4 subscribers. Possibly need to start with my Patreon people first because, you know, they help financially out. Not towards this. There's like a bank building towards a website. If you don't know that, most of you already knew that because I say it all the time. Anyway, but since they, you know, have contributed quite a bit, feel like I should give them first run at it and like watch a movie with them and record the screen while we're doing like because that you can do a Google like Hangout thing with multiple people and record it. So I'd have to test it a couple times and see if I could figure out how to do it the correct way to post it, or just do a live stream with it. But I don't know if I get in trouble for that. Or maybe like record it and then edit it down so it was just the crazy funny parts. Because I am a person that even if something scares me, then I'll laugh at myself for getting scared. I don't know if you guys do that too. But my husband makes fun of me because when I watch movies, I'm the loud person that's like, no, don't do that. Like I'm the person that's doing that. Even if I'm at the theater, I do that. It's so embarrassing. Oh my gosh. Everyone else thinks it's funny, but it's embarrassing in the moment. But I think we're going to read this. It's on don'tevenreply.com. If you guys haven't been to this, I guess he's got a book also with never before seen material. But emails from an asshole is what they don'tevenreply.com. So this is titled, let me get that microphone away from my mouth. Racist Microwave Buyer. Original ad. Wanted microwave. I'm looking for a used microwave. White only. Oh no. Okay, so this is from the guy when it says from me to blank. Me is the guy. So he says, I have an LG microwave that I want to sell for $30. I'm aware that your ad says whites only, but I'm an African American. I sincerely hope that this won't be a problem for you and we can put race issues aside and just do business. Thank you, Jamal. From her name is Amy to the guy. I'm so sorry you misread my ad. I meant the microwave should be white because it would match my kitchen. Oh no, I don't know if I should keep going. You guys tell me if I should keep going. Justin says I cover my eyes and ears. Really? Schmeister says I'm not allowed to use webcams. My mother says they're naughty. You know, we're just gonna leave that at that because I feel like that's a question you want people to ask you. Why? What'd you do? I'm not taking the bait, man. I'm moving on. All right. Go on. That's funny. Okay. All right. So he says back to her, oh, so because I'm Black, you think I can't read? It's really amazing that the world we live in is still so racist. I'm sorry, but your insults has left me feeling sick. I don't think I can sell my microwave to a bigot. Sincerely offended, Jamal. And Amy replies with, I wasn't suggesting you couldn't read. I'm not racist. If you read my whole email, you would see that the ad was looking for a white microwave, not a white person. I changed the ad to avoid any confusion. Amy. From me to Amy. So now you think that because I'm Black, I'm too lazy to read your whole email. Your racism is overwhelming. Will you ever get my microwave from me? I will, however, sell you a burning cross for your next Klan meeting. Does that $20 for the cross? Does $20 for the cross sound fair? Oh my God. From Amy to me. I can't write anything without you being offended. I give up. From me to Amy. So you don't want the microwave? From Amy to me. Will you still sell it to me? From me to Amy. I would never sell anything to a racist. And then she says, oh, I'm done with you. Oh, I don't know. Hey, Harley Quinn, sorry. Just got here. What's up? I've literally been reading for like 2 minutes. It's cool. I had to go and do a copyright dispute, actually 2 of them. And it was from videos that I put out 2 years ago for literally 2 years ago. Like when I was just starting out and I was using this headset microphone for my narrations. By the way, if you want to start a channel, don't wait till you have like tons and tons of money to start doing something that you really want to try out. Just use whatever you have and upgrade when you can. Some people have recorded on their phone for a long time, and there are even microphone attachments that you can get for your phone. And actually recording in your car might be a really good soundproof area to record. I've actually considered it myself, but it'd have to be like really early in the morning or really late at night when you know that there's not going to be someone driving down the road blaring music. Just because you can't control every sound in your house all the time when it's more than just you. Yeah, they're not real, Mr. Richards. It's called don'tevenreply.com, and they're emails from an asshole. So this guy literally, he has a book and a website where he literally scrolls or whatever you want to call it. Scrolls, whatever. Anyways, he looks and looks and looks for, something that he can. 'Cause I'm sure he probably sends out hundreds of emails just to see who will reply to him back and forth enough to make a post about it. Because some people wouldn't even reply to that at all. Be like, what? No, I'm not going to reply to that because that guy didn't even understand. Because I don't know if any of you have ever posted anything to, hey, damn gypsy. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry, Mr. Richards, damn gypsy, Biddy, Schmeister. I can't say it without saying it like that. The Schmeister, Harley Quinn, scary. Stories late at night while outside in your car. That'd be interesting. Yes, it would. Okay. I don't know if you guys watched my video from yesterday, the cursed objects one. Didn't get a lot of views so far. Probably because it was posted on a Wednesday afternoon. Should have waited until nighttime. Anyway, so I'm recording this. And I record it. There's no issues. Get out all the clicks. I'm pretty sure. I think there was one left in it. Awesome. Anyway, so I go to make the video. And I'm putting in the footage and the narration with the music. And as I'm making the video, repeatedly, like I even took the audio out and put it back in because while I was making the video, it was picking random spots of audio and repeating it like that out of the blue. And so I took the audio out and redid it because I thought maybe when I was editing the video and the pictures, I accidentally clipped and repeated audio because I'm still learning the video software. Schmeister, I'll come back to that. So when I made the video, I thought maybe I was going to have to redo it because I wasn't sure it was going to record correctly, but I swear to God, someone asked me in the comment section of the video, do you believe in cursed items? Well, sometimes I think there are things that happen to be coincidentally, I don't know, charged with negative energy or just a bad luck item. I don't know. I mean, everyone's bought a phone and you can know someone that has exact same phone as you and that your phone or their phone might do something that yours doesn't. That's quirky. Just for no reason at all. So, hey, briefcase. I remember now, Mortis, aren't you Mortis Media's brother or friend? I believe so. Check out his channel, by the way. If anybody else here has a channel, make sure you tell everyone about it. You guys check him out. Excuse me. So when I was doing the video yesterday, I was creeped out, and then I remembered about the skinwalkers. Oh, I hate even saying that word out loud because the last time I did a video, which was a long time ago, I had weird things happen for 3 days in a row here. I still haven't found a spot to do the urban exploring. So we might start with paranormal stuff because I'm not joking you. There's stuff that happens in my house, and especially in the little forest that's behind our house. We can literally sit out there and get footage from something because it's so creepy. So I'm going to see what we can get. And then if it's a wash, it's a wash. But I'm having a hard time finding somewhere where we can just explore. Ooh, skinwalkers. So you're his friend. Okay. Oh, Harley Quinn says, oh, you could have went over those spots with glitchy sounds and it would have been funny to say it was a cursed video. I don't know. I don't know if it's Dogmen. That's one I haven't done yet. Like the Rake or Dogmen. But oh, I will get footage. Yeah. Skinwalker and Wendigos are terrifying for me because I'm part Cherokee and it scares me. Yeah, I love it. I love when people type like that. Oh my god. Okay, let me see if there's another one that's in here funny. Let me see here. This is top rated. Oh. Disguised weapons. Let's see what this one is. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell my patrons that I was doing a live stream. Oh, I'm such a jerk. I knew I forgot something. I try to send them a link too, because I feel like they're going to get that quicker than they're going to get a notification. You know what? It's too late now. They're just going to be mad at me. Shoot. Oh, I love Glitch in the Matrix stories. You know, I've had a hard time finding any more. I don't know if people just are shying away from writing it, but okay, so he's responding to an ad that says disguisable weapons wanted. Wanted. Hidden blades, belt buckle knives, cane swords, etc., offering cash items for barter. So he literally I'm going to have to share the screen with you so you can see this ridiculousness that's on here. Yeah, I'm going to share the screen with you guys, so just hang on a second here. What's that say? I'm not skirt. Oh wait, yes I am. You're scared of comedy? No. I've seen a few Glitch in the Matrix that were scary, but it's been a while since I have. All right, we're gonna share the screen now, so I'm gonna have screenception for a second. So I'm showing you guys this so you can see the website, so the guy gets credit for it. Emails from an asshole, but you have to see the pictures. So it says disguised weapons, and I just read it to you. And he says, "Hey, I saw your ad looking for concealable disguised weapons." And wait till you see the picture when I scroll down to it. I have several fine crafted items you may be interested in. Respond if you're interested, and I will send you the pictures and prices. Thanks. So the guy says, "I am. Let's see what you got." And he says, "Here you go." And looks like a normal spoon, right? Boom. Wrong. It's actually a deadly 2.5 half smooth, half serrated knife with a tactical grip. 1 minute you're enjoying a bowl of cereal, and the next you're fighting off attackers with this deadly and disguised weapon. I'm asking $50 for the blade. Let me know if you want to stop by and take a look at it. Oh my goodness. And then it says, "That is stupid as hell and looks like crap. Unless you have anything better to offer, don't waste my time." I'm sorry you feel that way about the spoon blade. I do have some other items I think you will definitely feel different about. Oh my God. Fine, but if it's another knife duct taped to a spoon, then you can fuck off. All right, thank you for reconsidering. Here are 3 quality disguised items that you think you will love. At first glance, it looks like a normal party cup. However, if you look close enough, you will see that it is really a fully automatic Glock 18C. You will be able to pour your enemies a nice warm cup of lead with this fine purchase, asking $900 for the gun/cup combo. Oh my God. Still thirsty for justice? Try this badass M16A2 disguised as a 24-pack of soda. The box has 2 finely crafted holes on each side and allows for any kind of optics, not included, that you wish to attach. This weapon is only for sale if you have a Class 3 permit. Oh my God. Do I even need to read it? This cleverly disguised weapon may look like a tissue box, but it is actually a Benelli M3 12-gauge shotgun disguised as a tissue box. The ultra-soft quilted tissue serves as a comfortable grip on the pump-action shotgun. Also, if you find yourself sneezing during the heat of combat, you will have a handy tissue box ready for action. Asking $1,500 for the weapon, additional tissue boxes are an extra $5 per box. Thank you. The guy just says, "You're a fucking dumbass, shit-brained, asswipe, retarded dipshit. You probably walk around with that shit too, you dumb motherfucker. I hope you get hit by a car, fuck off, eat shit, and die." Wow. Such anger. Such anger. Yeah. Wow. I hope you guys enjoyed those pictures. Wow. Oh my God. Neck beard. It reminds me of that video, the horribly slow murder with an extremely insufficient weapon. Is that a movie, Schmeister, or a video that's on YouTube? That gun looks so funny. I know. Hi, Duchess. Or hi. I said hi, Duchess, to Bernadette. Hi, Bernadette. Oh, those commenting guys could go out edge Eminem. Oh my God. Let me see what else there is. I don't think I'll do the whole thing with these because, I mean, you're gonna get sick of them, I think. I do have something saved from yesterday when I was looking for stuff when I found that. So handicapped movers. Oh God. No. Barter my whore wife. Wow. All right. This is probably gonna be funny. I think I've seen it before. It's a video. I'm on the floor laughing so hard. Oh my God. This one is called Barter My Whore Wife. And it starts out saying, this one's a little tricky. And if you didn't figure out, I'm both Mike Anderson and Kira Anderson. Okay, so he's saying that before we even start here. Here's an ad that says, I'm looking to trade and barter my 1994 Jeep Wrangler, 140,000 miles, yellow, good condition, no cash. I will barter just about anything of equal value. Here's where this guy responds. It says, Mike Anderson, CC Kira Anderson. Hey, I saw your ad for a Wrangler for barter. I'll trade you my whore of a wife for that car. She's a dirty little slut that fucks just about anything that moves. She doesn't really have much to offer, so I figure she's worth about the price of a used 94 Wrangler. I understand if you think she isn't worth it, so I'm willing to throw in $200 cash on top of that if you're looking for a loose whore that'll give it up easily. My wife will be well worth a trade. Let me know if you're interested. Does the Wrangler come with the title? So the guy responds with, haha, very funny. I am married and I don't think I'd be interested in your wife. Thanks for the offer, though. Of course, he responds back, oh, fuck you, Mike. Oh, no, Kira, the pretend wife of the pretend guy, says, oh, fuck you, Mike. Drop dead. You're such a scumbag piece of shit. I fucking hate you. So now pretend Mike responds to pretend Kira, fuck you, you stupid cunt. What are you doing on the computer? I figured you were fucking Steve again. How about your neighbor? Our neighbor, I'm sure he's looking to stick his thing in some rotten, I'm not saying that word, you twat. And so they're having this argument back and forth. Fuck you, you fucking asshole. And then he says, I'm really scared. It might be kind of hard to stab me with 10 inches of dick in your mouth, you whore. And the guy that's placed the ad says, hey, you two, you sound like a great couple and all, but would you stop including me in these emails? I don't really think this concerns me. So the pretend lady says, tell you what, Jim, I'll buy your fucking Wrangler so I can run over my crappy husband. And then pretend Mike says, Jim, don't sell it to her. She'll probably pick up a random dude and crash the Jeep while she's sucking his dick. Wow. The guy gets mad and tells him to fuck off and stop emailing him. So, wow. Oh my God. You have to type with one finger? Oh no. Why? Did you hurt, or is that just some people type with one finger? There's lots of people that type with one finger, so we won't do that. I might do one more, but then I want to dive into what we normally talk about. So, let me see here. Let me do one that I think I've read that one before. Vintage Liquor, Turtle Sandbox. There's not a lot. There's all emails, which is archived, but there's one that says Horse Farm. Christmas dinner. What's Christmas dinner? Let me see this one. Oh God. It's someone requesting professional catering for their Christmas Day dinner party. Must have experience catering. Serious responses only. So you know who's going to respond to that? The guy who has no intention for cooking for anyone. Oh God. All right. So he says, hello, I'm writing in response to your ad looking for a caterer for your Christmas dinner party. I'm a freelance chef with a lot of catering experience. I was a top chef at the world-renowned Restaurant de Bon Fondue for over 5 years. If you're still looking for a caterer, let me know. Thanks. And the guy says, thank you for responding. What are your rates? We're expecting about 20 people. You'll need enough food for that. Supplies will reimburse you. Do you have a menu of meals? So the asshole says, supplying the food won't be a problem. I have a wide variety of exquisite dishes for you to choose from, which I will list below. My rates are per person. It depends on the meal, but generally ranges 20 to 40. Here are the meals I do. So he literally made up a menu for this, and they're all in French or whatever. I'm sure it's not even real French, but I'm going to butcher it. So enjoy my horrible French interpretation of this. La Nuit du Triomphe, a meal of pure bliss and flavor, a delicious plate of ramen noodles boiled in the purest of water. Noodles can be flavored with either chicken or beef seasoning. Le repas du fromage, he just made up a word there, I'm pretty sure. A mouth-watering bowl of Easy Mac cooked to perfection in a microwave, served with a side of peanut M&Ms. Le repas de la femme de grande personne, a delectably and savored microwave TV dinner. The dish comes with 2 pieces of fried chicken, mashed potatoes, freshly grown vegetables, and a satisfying brownie that is heated to absolute perfection. Le Sandwich Rouge, a truly phenomenal sandwich consisting of ketchup spread over a carefully microwaved piece of bread and then topped with another piece of bread. Comes with a side of mayonnaise for dipping. And the dessert is Le Plat du lait et de la something. It's not even a word. A satisfying end to your meal, this dessert consists of a bowl of Fruit Loops served with either skim milk or 2% milk. Milk could be substituted with water for those on a diet. Oh my God. Les Patisseries Born, individually wrapped Twinkies that have been microwaved to sheer delight. Let me know which meals you are interested in, and I can give you a quote on how much everything will cost. And the guy's like, what the fuck? You actually cater that shit to people? Yeah, I'm going to serve Easy Mac and Twinkies for Christmas dinner. Are you kidding me? My son in college can make that shit. And the guy says, the Twinkies aren't for everyone. I understand if you are on a diet, but for me, nothing celebrates the birth of Jesus like a Twinkie and some good Easy Mac. If you aren't interested in that meal, would you consider any of my other options? My personal favorite is Le Sandwich Rouge. That is also very affordable for 20 people. It would cost you about $400. And he says, cut the fancy French names. I call it a Gondab gross ass ketchup sandwich. And his last response is, Brian, I am personally offended that you were insulting my masterpiece meals. These are perfected for family recipes that have been passed down for generations of chefs in my family. Cooking is my art. And for you to insult me without even trying my work is just plain rude. My God. I would love to know if anybody else has ever tried that. Ketchup on bread. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay, we are going to delve into some scary stories though, because I found a few yesterday. One I was actually going to do yesterday, but I thought I would save it. There's paranormal encounters in the wilderness. And let me see here. I don't like the way my computer saves favorites. It does bookmarks and you have to scroll down. Like you can't just, you have to wait for it to, okay, let's do that one. Hometown. So I just picked Campfire Stories, 13 Terrifying Paranormal Encounters in the Woods, which, I had set aside a few. And then Urban Legend, 25 people share the scariest stories from their hometown. I think I'm going to do that one because the Campfire Stories didn't seem that scary. I did stop sharing the screen, right? Okay. You're trying it now? Sounds like a very nice baby Jesus Christmas dinner. When I was a kid, we always made tacos, but if you aren't new here, then you already knew that. That's what we had for all of our holiday meals was tacos. And actually my parents together made some really great, like, I swore when I was a kid they could have opened a restaurant because they just had like this chemistry down. The only chemistry they probably ever had was making the tacos. I've tried to duplicate that as an adult, and I tell you what, there's a perfect timing to cooking oil or shells, corn shells and oil, keeping them soft enough to put meat, cheese, and anything inside and folding it before it cools off, because once it cools off, it's not pliable and you can't bend it anymore because it's corn, or it's really corn shells are too durable to bend. So when they're when they're freshly like hot with oil, you can dab them with paper towel, put the stuff in there, and then fold it really quickly. But every time I've tried as an adult, I've just been a disaster piece. So, hey, hello, honey. How was work? I had a guy at work eat ketchup packets from McDonald's for lunch because he blew all of his money after he got paid. Wow. Play next episode while burning that sage. What's next episode? I'm gonna write it down or something. I don't have a pen in here. God dang it. Oh yes, I do. All right. We are having barbecued chicken. You know, people have pulled pork. We're having pulled chicken sandwiches. They're in the crock pot right now. What sucks? Oh, work sucks. Gotcha. Next episode by Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Burn that sage. Yeah. All right. All right. We are delving into. I don't think I've read these before, but some of them, like some of these could be their own title with a list all by themselves. This one's the Dead Children's Playground. Back when I lived in Huntsville, my home was 100 yards away from the Dead Children's Playground, which I think was in my list of 50 most haunted places in the United States, but I could be wrong. Anyway, during the day, it was just a place parents could drop their kids while they visited buried loved ones. But during the night, it's also a huge fog trap due to a giant rock wall around half of it. Supposedly, swings move on their own, and you can hear children laughing. We used to go out there at midnight all the time, but apparently you have to go at the witching hour, which I'm guessing is past my bedtime. Okay, must have been somebody young. Oh, yeah, we're gonna do that one. Charlie No Face. Raymond Ray Robinson was a severely disfigured man whose years of nighttime walks made him into a figure of urban legend in western Pennsylvania. Robinson was so badly injured in a childhood electrical accident that he could not go out in public without fear of creating a panic. That's horrible. So he went for long walks at night. Local tourists who would drive along his road in hopes of meeting him called him the Green Man or Charlie No Face. They passed on tales about him to their children and grandchildren, and people raised on these tales are sometimes surprised to discover that he was a real person who was liked by his family and neighbors. Okay, that's not scary. That's not really an urban legend if he was a real person. Mothman. In a 13-month period between 1965 and 1966. Okay, now quite frankly, there's still reports of the Mothman. And actually, this is inspiring me to delve into it. There's actually reports about the Mothman all the time. There's even a museum dedicated to it. People who saw the Mothman in real life. Has everyone saw the Mothman Prophecy, the movie? Make sure everyone. Damn Gypsy says my wife is making chicken fajita mix in the crock pot as we speak. Well, as you read and we listen. Yeah, I've got mine. I like to cook it all day on high, just so it gets like absorbs in there and gets all the juices. And I will do chicken taco meat in there too. Just put frozen chicken in there with the taco seasoning and just let it cook all day. It's perfect. And you just can pull it apart before you put it on your tacos. So good. Or nachos. Yeah. Mothman is stay away from it. Ooh. Hawaiian urban legends. Ooh. Watch out for gators, dude. Bye. Bye, honey. Oh no. My husband is digging today. He's not happy about it. Everyone, prayers go out to my husband when he's digging. His elbows are killing him. Never saw the Mothman Prophecies. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. I'm gonna have to look and see. Google pics of Charles. Are there? What is it called? Charlie. Let's see. Charlie No Face is actually Raymond Ray Robinson. Oh, you really want me to Google that? I'm gonna do it. Okay. It's gonna make me sad because I feel like, can you imagine if someone was like that to you? Can you imagine that? Oh, wonder what happened. Electrical accident. He can't see. I wonder if he could hear. I'm not gonna share that because I feel like it's. Oh, oh my God. I wonder how that happened. Oh. Okay, so here, I'll share this with you guys so you can see it. What I found. Sort of heartbreaking, actually. So here is, let me see. This will be a bigger image of it, I think. It's a memorial for him, actually. He died in 1985. It says, boy burned terribly through high tension. Lived in the outskirts of Beaver Falls. Robertson's father died in 1917. He had his accident on June 18th of 1919. He and several of his friends were heading for a swimming hole on Beaver River when they came upon the Pittsburgh, Harmony, Butler, and Newcastle Railway Company Bridge spanning Wallace Run. The bridge, which was torn down years ago, had been replaced by a Route 18 highway bridge, had connected Beaver Falls and Big Beaver, and the massive wooden structure was an attraction for local use. In September of 1918, another Beaver Falls boy, Robert Little, 12, died from electrical burns he received while playing on the bridge with his friends. Harmony trolleys were powered by 1,200 volts. The line from the Elwood City to Beaver Falls, which opened in 1914, also. Okay, we can skip forward. Okay, so Robinson and 4 of his companions knew about the fatal accident when they ventured onto the span. Well, you know how kids are. Kids are gonna. I mean, not even just kids. People will do something even if they think they'll be fine. It's not going to happen to them, right? So they ventured onto the span at twilight on June 18th of 1990, but a newspaper account the following day reported that the boy had spied a bird's nest high on the bridge structure. Robinson began climbing a girder, or a box that was horribly burned by a high voltage. Robinson hovered between life and death at the former Providence Hospital, and after a month he began to improve. Doctors called it a miracle. But yeah, you can see there that he had a mouth, and it looks like his ears are, this ear is okay. So hopefully, it doesn't really say if his left arm was burned off at the elbow. Oh God. His face looked as if it had melted with a blowtorch. His eyes were gone. His nose was gone. His lips and ears were terribly disfigured. His upper torso was scarred. Robinson wore a prosthetic nose that was connected to a pair of dark glasses. He also received help from the sparse social services available at the time. Okay, that was heartbreaking. So, thank you. Yeah. Oh, hopefully that's yeah. Ooh. Yeah. When my daughter had we had the power line. There's a power line that goes like from the side of our house. And it stretches like from our house to the pole, and then the pole goes across the street. And that one that goes it's like diagonally across the end of our driveway. And like 3 years ago, in the end of July, the line snapped and landed in our driveway. And we were having a huge family party the next day. And it's the only one I think we've ever had here. And it was like 95 degrees, 100% humidity. It was so hot you couldn't breathe. The worst absolute time to lose power. And I think it took about 5 hours before someone was out there fixing it. But the whole time I was so worried that something could, happen while that thing was sitting in our driveway, because they say you're supposed to stay 50 feet away from them. But I mean, that's not even, it's probably more like 25 feet. If you've ever walked 50 feet and actually seen how far it is actually away. Whew. Yeah. You guys are just still now listening to that. I can see on the screen, it's showing me the boy that was badly burnt. Oh, man. Okay. So I have found convincing stories of people who saw the Mothman in real life. Of course, there's the original story of the two young couples that were chased down Route 62 by the Mothman. That's the original case file that started the whole. It might not be the first encounter, but that's the first one where people were questioning its existence, and it really like spun from there. So that was in 66. The two couples were driving past a TNT plant when they saw a humanoid figure with glowing red eyes. One of the girls. I'm hearing some sort of like weed whacking going on in front of my house. I'm not sure what's going on there. The house next to our house is for sale, and it's been, like, I just looked out there today and noticed no one's cut the grass in weeks. Not good for our neighborhood when you have an empty house that's not being maintained properly. So I'm thinking that's what I'm hearing right now. So hopefully you guys can't hear it. Anyway, they were driving past a TNT plant when they saw a humanoid figure with glowing red eyes. Linda described what they saw on the side of the road as a bird-like humanoid creature with a large wingspan and fiery red eyes. She said it was about 7 feet tall. Its wings folded against its back. You could see muscles in its legs, she recalled. The creature followed them as they drove backward towards Point Pleasant on Route 62. Then it veered off into the field and disappeared. The group went straight to the police department to share the encounter, which soon made it into the papers. And the girl, Linda Scarberry was her name, was the one who has the most quotes here. I wish I had never seen it. I wish someone else had seen it. Because I'm sure they took a lot of crap for that. Then there's the Silver Bridge collapse, which that's the most. And some people believe the Mothman prophecies are trying to prevent tragedies, like trying to save people from things. So if you see him, it's either he's going to hurt you or he's trying to prevent you from going toward a definite fatality that you're going to experience. Hey, Biznitch. Yeah. Autumn says, I get goosebumps telling, but I was delving into the story studying phenomenon in 2 days. This was years ago, about to go to Ohio to investigate, and I got a visit in the night. Whoa. Woke up to vibrations in my head, and it was in the middle of my room, and I asked who was there, and all I could see were the eyes and the outline, and then I blacked out. What? The 50 feet rule on trucks never gets followed where I came from. It never gets followed anywhere. You're supposed to be 50 feet away from a school bus, and it says it right on the back. I mean, that's several cars. Several cars is 50 feet. If you've ever actually even if you put your foot in front of the other foot and do that for 50 feet, then see how far you are away from something. It's much further than people are estimating. Bernadette, do a serial killer Saturday on my uncle Muhammad Ali DeLima. He changed his name. It was Patrick. I can actually look him up right now while I'm on here and then set him aside so that I can not forget that. And actually, let me see if I can just copy and paste that. Making sure everyone can hear me. Can everyone hear me? Sometimes when I come back, I can see it buffering. So I don't know if it's buffering because it's just buffering for me or if it's buffering and you guys can't hear me. It's very annoying that I can't tell the difference. Looks like it was buffering just now, but change his name to Patrick, prisoned in Honolulu. Schmeister, I wonder if Mothman has sonic capabilities, like knock you out with vibrations. When I woke up, I discontinued my interest. Huh. Honolulu. Maybe I should do that because all it's doing is doing Muhammad Ali. It's not actually going to Delima. I'm going to do Muhammad Delima and see if that does something different. Because, okay. Anyway, I'll have to look into that more. All right, so we're going to look at this. So, let's see. This one is one where the Mothman saved the lives of miners in Freiburg, Germany. Autumn, I'd also be curious to know who else you were telling that you were researching it. Like if you had made plans and told people, like if you made a hotel reservation and then as doing so, you told them why you were making the reservation. Thank you, S. McCullum. Your voice is awesome. Keep it up, Chuck. And don't up, Chuck. Did you share anyone, Autumn, the reason for your trip, the reason for your research, or did you just keep it to yourself? I have discovered that when it comes to the paranormal or things out of the ordinary, which are all paranormal, the less you speak about it, the better off you are. I'm just saying there are like-minded individuals, but even those, some people can really take an idea and form facts from tidbits. I don't know, they can really go down a rabbit hole that may or may not help you. So I'm just curious if you told others of what your plans were and if that altered it afterwards. Yeah. So I'm thinking, and it could have been someone fucking with you too. That's why I wondered. Plus, if you're with a group that's studying it, think about how much that was constantly in your subconscious when you went to bed too. I'm not discounting what you experienced at all. I'm just saying the more it's around you, the more it's going to be in your ever-present mind and in your subconscious. So, yeah, I'm sure they did. Because you know how some people are, they can't keep a secret. The more there are, the more likely that somebody was going to screw with them. That somebody could have got a list of all the people and screwed with them all. I don't know. I'm just saying. And I'm not saying that that's what happened either. I'm just saying, you know how much dicks of people can be when they want to screw with people. They will go out of their way. So on September 10th, 1978, a group of miners in Freiburg, Germany came face to face with a seemingly headless creature with glowing red eyes on its chest, blocking the mine's entrance. At first, they thought it was a man in a trench coat, but they quickly realized it was not a coat, but unfurled large black wings. The men remained in the mine entrance, stunned and staring at the creature, until it let out a blood-curdling screech that sent the miners scrambling out. About an hour later, the men felt a seismic rumble and witnessed a plume of dust shoot from the mine as it collapsed. If the men had gone to their stations in the mine as usual, the majority of them would have died. It appears as though what they dubbed the Freiburg Shrieker saved their lives. Okay, so there's another thing here that says the Mothman tried to warn people of the Fukushima disaster. I've never heard that. I never heard of the Freeburg thing either. Not sure what we have in Colorado. You have a good point, but it did feel, I'm sure it did. I'm not saying it wasn't real. I'm just saying somebody could have really fucked with you, but it also could be a real thing. It's so hard to know, because that's one thing I think that happens with paranormal is the more you talk about it, the more, it's in your subconscious, but also people tend not to believe you. And that's just, there's nothing you can do about that. You can't convince people of what you saw was real. You know what you saw. But I also think that sometimes the paranormal incidences that happen, whatever is causing them, knows that when you tell other people, that people aren't going to believe you, or they're going to think you're crazy. And I think that's part of how that whole system breaks you down and really plays with your mental state. Yeah, that's so disturbing, is it not? Schmeister, heard about Mothman being sighted in Japan before. Yeah, that's what it's. I've never heard of that before, though. So Marcus Pules, an American visiting Japan, was out with a friend near the Fukushima plant when suddenly they heard a loud whooshing sound and a terrible screeching. As they looked back toward the plant, they saw a figure Pules describes as large and black. From a distance I was at, it looked like to be sitting on top of one of the square-shaped buildings. Okay, now this does sound familiar. It sat there for about 5 seconds, then it unfurled a large set of what I could only describe as large black wings. The creature took flight, circling the plant a few times before coming closer to them. That's when I noticed the 2 large red eyes. They seemed to glow from within, and with a blood-red hue. They were unblinking in the 3 to 4 seconds we saw them. We knew they were looking straight at us. We knew this creature knew we could see it, and it made no attempt to disguise itself. Pules describes an immense feeling of dread that washed over him, and the creature vanished as quickly as it had appeared. It wasn't until Pules was back home in America hearing the news on CNN about the devastation of the Japanese earthquake and the explosions at the very same nuclear plant where he had witnessed the creature that he realized he may have seen the infamous harbinger of disaster known as the Mothman. So, I've also heard that the Mothman originates from the area, is it Ohio where it's from? I've also heard that it comes from there's mounds in, is it Pennsylvania or is it Ohio? There's mounds that believe that it originated from the devastation of the Indian tribes that resided there, and people constantly desecrating the land. So I don't know if anyone else knows anything about that, but that's one of the theories that I've heard. The Mothman was hanging around the Twin Towers the week of the 9/11 attacks. So I'm going to show you the picture here that it's showing me. I almost pushed stop broadcast, so I'm glad I didn't do that. You guys let me know if you're hearing this okay, because it looks like my computer is acting really strange right now. I swear. Talk about paranormal and look what happens. All right, let's see what happens here. Share the screen for a second and let you guys see this picture of the Mothman that they've got right there. Let that hang for a second so you can see where it's at. I don't see Twin Towers in the picture, so this could be any time, but if you look at the cars, those do look to be late 80s, early 90s models, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Let me check the chat for a second, make sure you guys can hear me. No, Autumn, share it. I think it's better when you share it with people that more likely are going to believe you. Yeah. I just feel like when you're like researching something, talking about the Mothman, I'm not looking into it. I don't discount what you saw was real. I just feel like the more people you tell about it, the more you talk about it, the more it's constantly, the more your mind can really fuck with you or someone else can. You know what I mean? Um, so when I did the Skinwalker video and I had the weird things happening around my house for 3 days, my mind just could have been fucking with me, or I just shouldn't have been talking about skinwalkers. I don't know. I'm even scared to say it right now in a chat. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think you can see it if you weren't on a computer. You get a horrible gut feeling. Ooh. Yeah, I know. I don't see it around the Twin Towers, so it's just someone's. So anything you have to take with a grain of salt anyway. If you weren't there, no matter how many people tell you what they saw, if you weren't there to experience it, I think it's harder to believe. So it says during the days leading up to the terrorist attacks on 9/11, several people reported sightings of a black winged creature flying near the Twin Towers during the attack. Now, I don't know. Somebody too. So during the attack, as the second plane hit, eyewitness reported a flying creature flying parallel to the days that followed. Those reporting the creature were allegedly approached by men in black and warned to stop talking about what they saw. Okay. I mean, I've never heard of that one before. Men in Black could be their own video too. Mm. My husband and I watched In Search of. There's a new In Search of on the History Channel, which I was only on that channel because of trying to start watching Forged in Fire, and then I skipped it and went right to In Search of because it's a new whole series and it was about aliens and talking to people about it. And the first guy on the show said that he had been taken several times, had scars, had dreams, and he said he would take a lie detector test, and the lie detector test showed he was lying. Then the next guy said he felt like something was done to him, and he woke up and he had something glowing, and it was in his toe, and he removed it himself and kept it in a jar. So they had it analyzed, and it was all things that could be found on the planet. And then there was another woman that felt like she had been taken, and she just seemed to be completely insane. And I'm not discounting anyone's experiences either. I'm just saying that probably if someone did take them for real and you can't find any paranormal evidence to it, then maybe there's some legitimacy to the fact that there is a group of people that take people, but they're not alien. And I think that maybe there's something more to it that's complicated and they experiment on people, because this guy had this thing in a jar for 10 years before it had it analyzed by the show. And it was basically like minerals and dirt that you could find in the land anywhere. So you could see how disappointed he was. But I mean, for 10 years, he walked around telling people, this is my alien toe thing. Yeah. Spirits all around me, not even them scares me. Keep listing the shows. You guys are helping me make my fall binge list. There was a show I wanted to start binge watching that I haven't watched. I can't remember what it is. I need a really big scare. Been hearing just fine. I'm on my phone and I sent it in the pic. Huh? What do you think about the missing 411 people? Are you talking about the people that they believe went missing in the woods and have no explanation as to how they went missing? Is that what that's about? Trying to look at these things here. Definitely something going on there. Actually, we'll have to Google that because I'm not 100% sure. Please do more videos. You're my favorite YouTuber, someone just said. Sometimes someone will go to one of my videos from like 2 years ago or a year ago and be like, do more of these. I'm like, dude, I have 50 more of those. Just look at the playlist. I don't know. But someone told me that sometimes now it's just now showing up. My thing must be behind on here. Let me go to the end here. There we go. All right. Okay, so missing 411. All right, let me see here. Can-Am Missing Project. There's a movie about it. David Paulide's Wikipedia. Missing 411 Can-Am Missing Project. Bigfoot search. For people who want to know more, the unexplained on Reddit. So hopefully the Reddit people don't get pissed about me because I'm not trying to steal anything. This subreddit, hundreds have gone missing in the national parks. So there's a believed conspiracy theory, if I'm not mistaken, that people are targeted and then taken with no evidence of how they're taken. Like there will literally be no footsteps to or from the site where their last items are. It's like something just like they poofed into thin air. Like a shoe or a sock will be found and nothing, like not even their footprints are around them. Am I right on that? Or there's so much more to it than that. Busy to keep up with all my YouTube stuff. I know, me too. I must subscribe to like 1,000 channels. I need to go through there and get rid of some because there's some of them that I never watch. Like there's one guy's channel I subscribed to forever ago that says, want to get more YouTube views? And it's just, I don't know if it's someone from YouTube making those because it's not good advice. Basically, if you want to make a channel and do what you want to do. But he's like, make channels about things that are trending. I'm not genuinely interested in crap like that. So yeah. Oh no. Oh, benign is good. Benign is good. Congratulations, Biznitch. Yes. Bigfoot has been ran to the ground already. Okay. Bye, Biznitch. Okay, so the missing 411 for people who don't know. Okay. Strangest missing 411 cases. And this is all from a subreddit for that. And it says, what are the most strangest missing 411 cases to you? And these are the strangest cases to me. Carl Landers. The search effort was headed by a man named Grizzly Adams? No? Anyway, during an interview with David Paulides, he said, in 35 years, I've never had this happen to me. We were all over that mountain and he was not on the mountain. We brought canines in. They didn't pick him up. We flew around it. We dropped guys in at the summit. They came down all sides. They couldn't find him. They talked to people who were on the mountain. They didn't see him. There's snow around the path where he was, and nobody went outside the path. When Paulides asked Grizz Adams what he thought happened to Carl Landers on the mountains, he replied, that's the $1,000,000 question. He either went up or in, but he's not on it. I'm still not, that doesn't clear anything up for me. That just makes me have to go down a bigger rabbit hole. There's all kinds of, there's a Yosemite employee missing. It's like if you don't start at the beginning, you won't even know what is going on here. So this is a Yosemite employee missing. Says he's a park ranger and his vehicle and campsite were found abandoned. And there's a link to a article. I don't know. I'll venture into this a little bit and then see. Okay. Let's see what's happening here. Try to check the chat and that doesn't let me upload. Okay. Update. The ranger missing in Yosemite National Park was found deceased. Okay. That's just an update on the story. But the original story, okay, I'll just read it from where it says update. So the Yosemite National Park officials have announced that Ranger Blevins Cogdell III has been found deceased. Details will be available after completion of an investigation. That is literally 12 days ago. He was found deceased. No further details available pending the completion of investigation. Okay, so let me go into. They were looking for a missing campground ranger. According to park officials, John Cogdell was last seen in the Upper Pines campground spot 182 in Yosemite Valley on August 15th. Park rangers found his vehicle and his campsite abandoned, and it's unclear what Cogdell was last wearing. If you have any information, but it doesn't say what happened to him. He was missing and found deceased. So he can't be counted as that because if I'm not mistaken, the missing 411 people are never found. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's part of the mystery behind it. They go missing and they're never found, and there's no body, there's no evidence, there's nothing. They just disappear into thin air, which is what has done this whole. It's not even Oh, really? Michigan? I wouldn't doubt it. We have a lot of empty areas here. I'm not gonna lie. Like take my dog at a walk different times of the day, as long as it's not too warm for her because I don't want her to get her paws too hot on the pavement. This morning, and yeah, it doesn't matter. We went at different times yesterday and today, and we'll hear like breaking of the branches, and of course that could be a turkey, that could be a deer, whatever. But then she'll stop and look behind us. That's what freaks me out the most when there's nothing there. That freaks me out. Some are found. I refuse to believe these people just disappear on natural causes. Yeah, no one says it's natural. They can't figure out what the reason is. That's the mystery behind it. I know people that know terrain like the back of their hand. Sometimes you will encounter something unnatural. Right. Some are found. It's a huge favor hole. Huh? Favor hole. I'm confused on that one. I'm sure he meant something by that, and I'm not. Creepy disappearance of Phoenix area babysitter in the 90s. Huh. Right below that, it says, someone has posted there, I want to narrate and share your missing person stories. I don't know who did that. This went to a video. Journey with me into the depths of mystery. It went to someone's YouTube channel. I have noticed, I'm just going to get this out there. I have noticed a few, and I've never done this on purpose, but I've noticed that sometimes people, well, yeah, you're going to hear my dog barking because it's really nice outside and I have all my windows open, including my slider, so she can go outside if she wants to because we have a fenced-in yard. But of course, she found someone to bark at, so sorry about that for a minute. Oh no. Um, I thought I saw a fairy at first. I thought it was a strange, but when we looked closer, it was a real fairy with a glowing face. Bernadette, you need a camera with you when you go anywhere, it sounds like. Um, see, there you go. Someone's taking the government. So when we were watching the In Search of thing about the aliens, they were talking about people that in the government that aren't allowed to talk about it and all these things. Um, and these satellites that they have that send out waves, like one of them sends out waves to get something back, but it's 12 billion light years away. Never in our lifetime will we get a response from that. So they were upset with another scientist who's actually sending out small melodies into the air at like, what is it, like 40 light years away to see. So it'll take 40 years or 20 years or something like that for us to get a response back. And so the other one is SETI and one is Yeti or something like that. And they were, upset that he was doing that because it makes them, it's like poking a bear, they said. But I feel like between all of the talk about seeing a glowing red sphere and how aliens are interpreted with eyes where our eyes are, I feel that if something is advanced beyond us, because something is, if there's more life out there, because it would be insanely egotistical to think that we're the only planet in any solar system and any galaxy in the infinite universes that exist in all of time. The only planet with intelligent life on it would be asinine. On top of the fact that they could be exactly like us. They could either be so far from what we expect to ever see or make up, or they could be just like us. So, I don't know. Schmeister or rednecks like in that movie. Hills have eyes? Nah, I've known people who are like 2 showers short of being a mountain gorilla. These mutants won't be able to jump people like that. Right. And plus, I feel like there'd be so much evidence on top of the fact you would see disturbed leaves or ground. Um, yeah. Well, aliens is subjective. Right. Um, but I feel like our government has a way of really fucking with us and would have technology far beyond our knowledge decades before we would know they had it because they've been experimenting with things and chemicals and all kinds of things for decades and decades, and we only find out after the what is it, there's like a contract that people sign when they're in the government. You have like 20 years you can't talk about it. Right. But the missing 411 people, I mean, there could be, for one thing, if there's people that go missing from the same area often, I would say that it seems like, local authorities would close it off and say, no, too many people are going missing in here for you to just go wandering in here free willy and think that you're going to be fine. But if like Hills Have Eyes people were taking people, it'd be so messy and so obvious that they were, taken. Unless they're now, if you've ever seen an animal trapped by a net, even that ground would be disturbed because of the way that it would be. There would at least be footprints going to it. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. A lot of the times I don't. Bigfoot and missing 411 connection. See, now that's where you can't even get a clear picture of Bigfoot. And then you're throwing that in there. Yosemite hiker missing. I'm just going to go back to what I was reading because this seems like a rabbit hole you need days on. I'm trying to find the most recent Mothman sighting besides 9/11? 2006. So in 2006, an eyewitness in Wisconsin says the Mothman attacked his car. Oh, company that you're going to lose your license. On December 2, Cross, Wisconsin, Awahali, a Cherokee man and his sons were driving down an isolated stretch of road at night when the Mothman attacked them. In an interview with Monster Quest, he shared his encounter. Awahali told how the creature flew alongside and then directly in front of their windshield. That sounds more like a skinwalker, but I'm not going to delve into that. Close enough to touch. They got a really good look at it, describing it as a bat-like and fleshy with sparse hair and red eyes the size of road reflectors. He described the monster's high-pitched screech that gave them vertigo and made them sick to their stomachs. The man's son pulled over and threw up on the side of the road. After returning to the location a few days later, all they found left behind was a deer carcass they later blamed on a poacher. Here's one in 2009. Let me check the chat really quickly. Okay. I mean, of course, if you don't think that the government has clearly done experiments on people and then just released them into the hills of Virginia, I mean, someone you don't want someone to find in the middle of miles and miles of wilderness where people aren't, and where people are, no one's going to believe what they saw is what they saw. So we could just have a chat about that. I mean, really, a hole that's going to end up making me feel like I'm going crazy. Mothman sightings are correlated with the swine flu outbreak in Mexico. Some believe the large, hairy, red-eyed creature warned the people of La Junta, Mexico, as they began to see stalking him in the area in 2009. The sightings occurred around the time leading up to the 2009 swine flu outbreak in Mexico. Angela Mendez and Viviana Ledesma as they heard the creature's screeches emanating out from an apple orchard near Minacha. I want to say Minacha Cemetery, but I totally could have said that wrong. A student who requested to remain anonymous reported the Mothman chasing him for 15 minutes on the night of March 6, 2009. Despite the best efforts of local authorities to hunt down the entity, no traces of it were found. Oh. I don't think so. But I've never heard this one before. So the Mothman may have signaled the deadly Zion to disaster. A region in southeastern China was plagued with the sightings of a figure that resembled the Mothman in the early January of 1926. Dubbed by locals as the Man Dragon, the shadowy, ominous figure was seen hovering above the Zion to Dam. Then disaster hit the surrounding farming villages in the form of 40 billion gallons of water. The dam collapsed, resulting in the deaths of 15,000. Never heard that before. Has anyone else heard that before? I definitely haven't. That's insane to me. That's insane to me that no one knows. I just saw... Oh, never mind. This is 12, 1.2. Wow. That's crazy. I know a long time ago, I don't know if I can still do that on here, but a long time ago, you could do like Cards Against Humanity online. So I'm going to see if that's still there. And it was, of course, the generic version of it. But it was still really funny. I don't know where it's at. I think you can just Google it, but you can play that online if anybody is interested. You can play with total strangers too. Like there's always people waiting to play that game, but it's always funnier when you play with people that you know. If you aren't familiar with it, it's hilarious. Can't play with kids though. That's what apples to apples is. That's the kid. That's the clean version of Cards Against Humanity. It's still funny though. Oh no. Who's a fast typer? Oh, Schmeister, you're a fast typer. You know, sometimes I really want to think that what if there was an elite team keeping these creatures in check? I mean, seriously, we could go down the rabbit hole of government conspiracy theories. That could be like a 24-hour live chat. Yeah. Hmm. I don't know if it's still delayed or not. You guys hearing me okay? If I don't see you guys typing, I always wonder if something's wrong with it. Ghosts, I think. Maybe they shut it down. You used to be able to play this online. Oh, Cards Against Humanity online. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, here comes the garbage man. Great day for me to live stream. Am I foreshadowing something? A 24-hour live stream? No. I don't think I could pull it off. Although it would be interesting to see how insane the chat could get. I don't think I could do 24 hours. I don't even think my computer would let me. 24 hours would be kind of insane. That would be something to consider for like maybe Devil's Night and Halloween. My dog hates the garbage truck. She also does that if the mailman comes up to the house, which is rare, but so I apologize for everyone listening to my dog in the background. Foreshadowing something. I don't think so. If you guys don't have any more requests, I might end it here because I'm running out of stuff to talk about. Mothman is something that's fascinating to me. Well, I mean, you can do an out-of-body experience without calling it witchcraft. And I mean, that's really the power of the mind. Your mind is so powerful that I think we know more about outer space than we do about our oceans. And we know more about those two things than we do about the human brain and all of its capabilities. There's so many things. Your brain can determine so much of your life. It's insane. But I think it would be really fun to do like a Halloween live stream. Let me look on my calendar. Halloween's probably on a weekday, isn't it, this year? Looking at all my stuff on my phone here. Calendar. I just got a different phone and I'm still getting used to where to find stuff on it. Not a fancy phone. I just had to get a different phone. And I don't know where the calendar is on it. It's pretty bad, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know where the calendar is on the stupid phone. Oh, there it is. All right. So Halloween, unless you guys already know, everyone has a different opinion about what things are. So I don't think that anyone knows 100% what anything is that's on the other side until you get to the other side. I'm not gonna claim to know everything. Let's see, October. Halloween is on a Wednesday. So that would be kind of fun. Yeah. I hereby suggest we talk about cursed objects, not a random thing, but like cult artifacts. Cult artifacts? Ooh. Did you guys ever watch that the serial killer Sans Ram and the guy who was like the leader of the cult that beheaded people and buried them in their yard and sold all kinds of, like, the lady claimed to be innocent the whole time, but I was just curious if you guys ever saw that, because I'm sure someone tried to buy the bone smashing tool and bowl that they had on the property. I mean, unless it's still in a lab somewhere or was destroyed, which is what it should have been. Cult artifacts. Let's see. Schmeister, are you going to get in trouble at work for listening? Let's see. 5 hours from now is 7 o'clock. Hey, bad vibes. What's going on? Because our government is so stupid. I like Schmeisters. Schmeisters. Cult artifacts. Well, I'm trying to look them up right now. So, cult artifacts. It's immediately going to tiki mugs. I don't even understand that. Oh my goodness. I wonder, let me see. Thought. Is this thought catalog? What is this? This is the Occult Museum. It's actually theoccultmuseum.com. Let's see if they've got cult artifacts on here. Let me see here. Checking the chat. Oh, not at work today. Okay, good for you. Spell books. Sacrificial daggers. I'm just looking for cult artifacts. Traces of Death, the haunted battleground of Cold Harbor. Echoes from beyond the strange history of spirit photography. Yeah, that's supposedly to be known as a scam. There's Cursed Archaeological Discoveries. This is a really cool website, by the way. theoccultmuseum.com. Wow. Unearthed 4 of the strangest skulls ever discovered. 5 mystifying mysteries that science still can't explain. Wow. Unsolved mysteries. 10 most shocking paranormal hoaxes in history. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I'm not finding anything on this, but that's not to say that it doesn't exist. It just would require more research than just, it's not going to be a surface thing that I can find here. Or famous grimoire. Yeah. It's not as easy as it seems. Yeah. Cult artifacts just goes to tiki mugs. Yeah. Not really sure what's up with that, but curious collections. Let's go to that. This is a really cool website. Historical horrors, morbidly macabre. Let's go to that one. That seems to be up you guys' alley. That sounded wrong, but you know what I mean. 15 vintage medical illustrations that reveal the horrors of 19th century surgery. Oh God, just the first picture is gross. 7 strangest graves and burial sites from around the world. 13 unusual death rituals and customs from around the world. I'm just scamming through and letting you guys hear these. Body snatching from the Victorian era, not area. Twisted cases of necrophilia. Ew. Buried alive, 7 shocking cases of people who are mistakenly declared alive. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think you may do another foreshadowing there. Necronomicon? No. Now, do you mean the real one or do you mean the story of the Necronomicon? Which is the Book of the Dead, right? We can look at the Wikipedia, but there are books on the book of that. It's supposedly a fictional book created by H.P. Lovecraft. So, anyone ever going to find a grave.com? Findagrave.com? Is that a real thing? Findagrave.com. Find a grave. Millions of cemetery records. What are we looking up there? Find anyone? Do you ever figure? No. Dude, have you ever seen anyone that types stuff in? Go to Pinterest or Tumblr. People Google search way worse stuff than I do. Oh my God. I'm just grazing the surface when I look for stuff. I don't go too deep into anything. I feel like you can get yourself into a rabbit hole or fuck with your own mind if you take it too seriously. And plus, everyone has their own belief system, you know? In the UK, it's pretty big. What is pretty big? It's an old concept, but there is no real book called the Necronomicon. I know. The real books, however, that are about the dead, Egyptian Book of the Dead. Right. Yeah, I mean, anything that was real deep web is now like once you find out about something that's supposedly really black market secret, it's going to be shut down and then they're going to find a new way to do it. So all these deep web, I ordered a box off the deep web. Sure they did. Sure they did. I mean, I'll make my own website right now and send out boxes of dirty underwear and cat poop if someone wants me to. Put a bunch of random shit on a flash drive and I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Mugshot Daniel Franklin. Okay. Yeah, I don't ever look for the deep web. And plus, I don't know. I think that if there are people that are really horrible, and I know there are because we'll just leave it at that. I mean, why would you want them to come and find you? Why would you want that? Why would anyone want that? There's several books made of human skin. They used to do that to killers back in the day. They would make books of their skin to try and absorb their energy. Bad people. Actually, let me see if I can look that up. I actually watched did anybody used to watch Paranormal Witness when it was on Sci-Fi? It was so good and they don't have it on anymore. Or if they do, I don't have Sci-Fi anymore, so I don't know. Selling cat poop. Yeah, I mean, what the heck? There's websites that just sell dirty underwear. Like, it's so gross. I mean, why not make yourself a couple $100,000 by selling stupid things that people want to buy? That's not gross. That's just smart. I mean, you could put mayonnaise on them for all they would know. By the time it gets into the box and mailed to their house, gross. You don't even need to put your home address on there. Take it to the post office, have them ship it out. Oh my god, it's so gross. Um It's called anthropodermic bibliopegy, binding books in human skin. Ew. And you can just Google books made of human skin. Ew. It was actually in the stretch of time in 1800s. It was actually considered trendy, and books made of human flesh were considered to be talisman. Ew, that's gross. No, I'm gonna exit out of some of these tabs I have open because I think it's gonna make my computer run slower. Blah blah. Watch what on YouTube? You got 4 cats? No, you don't sell your cat children. Mayonnaise. Moist. I wouldn't want anyone to have my DNA in my panties. Ew. No, you don't actually send that. Don't actually do that. It was a joke. But I'm saying you could, like, pour candle wax in there. Freaks that are buying those underwear don't care what's in those underwear anyway. You could put peanut butter and jelly in there and they'd still buy them. Yuck. Ew. Okay, so they were considered to be, the books made of human skin were supposed to be considered good luck charms. It happens so much, there's actually an academic name for the process. As I said, anthropodermic bibliopegy. Many of these disturbing tomes still exist today. Below are 5 historical examples of books bound in human skin and the stories behind them. Ew. Gross. John Stockton Hugh collection. Pittsburgh doctor John Stockton Hugh is reported to have done this. He created several books bound in the flesh of his deceased patients, most of which are now housed at the Mutter Museum in Philadelphia. One made in the late 1800s was made of the thigh of someone known only as Mary L. The Mutter Museum learned that the skin came from Irish immigrant Mary Lynch, who died in 1869 from the parasite trichinosis. Hugh was the resident doctor at the hospital and took the skin just after her death and held onto it for several decades before deciding to bind several tomes in it. Ew. Destiny's Delame, Destinies of the Soul. This one lives at the Harvard Library and is rumored to have been bound in the skin of a female mental patient. In the 80s, the writer Arsène Houssaye reportedly gave the book to a friend of his who happened to be a doctor, and he did the morbid binding. Ugh. UK's Bristol Record Office Ledger, though not officially titled since it's more of a historical ledger, the book was bound with the skin of the first man hung in the town of Bristol Gaol in 1821. 18-year-old John Horwood was hung for murder after he beat a girl to death with a rock. After his hanging, his body was publicly dissected during a lecture by Dr. Richard Smith, who later used Horwood's skin to bind together a collection of documents from the murder case. The book is now displayed in a British museum. Check the chat. Ugh. When my wife and I were dating, I once told her to her face would make a really nice mask. Oh my God. Told her that her face would make it. Oh my God. I'm learning a lot in this chat. Yeah, me too. God damn. That's morbidly romantic. As she brings it up every now and again, and I tell her you're the one that married me. Yeah. So I guess if her face goes missing, we know who did it. The Small Pocket Book of William Burke. That was, I think, my first Serial Killer Saturday. It was either on them or it was on the Burke brothers. Remember, they were the body snatchers, or they were supposedly selling the bodies to colleges after they were supposed to properly. They first stole them and then they were killing people and selling them. So Yeah. He got tired of digging people up, so he just started killing them instead. Yeah. The last one, James Allen, who apparently went by a lot of names, willingly gave his skin to a book about his own life, requiring that documentation be written after his death chronicling his lengthy criminal spree. He required that 2 copies be printed and bound in his own skin. One was to be given to his doctor, and the second one to a man he had previously tried to rob, but was somehow able to fight him off. I guess that gained enough respect from James, aka George, aka Burley, that he would give the man his own skin in return. Ugh. Gross. Well, I'm glad I ate something before I started this. Hello, Clarice. Damn, Gypsy, you don't have fava beans or Chianti in your house, do you? What's your full real name, just in case, for the police? Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I have to go in a few minutes, I think, anyway. So thank you guys for coming. And I can't wait to see, hopefully Saturday's video doesn't suck. I'm nervous that it's going to suck. But since, you know what the funny thing is before my husband and I were married and we lived in an apartment, we were sitting in the living room of the apartment and it was just him and I. There were no kids home. And we thought it would be funny to see if we could record any ghosts. So we watched Ghost Adventures at the time and Ghost Hunters and all those ghost hunting shows were like, they were on, tons of them were on. So we thought we would try to record the air, do like an EVP session in our living room with both of our phones and see if we got anything. So he and I were telling the story, or he and I were trying to do this back and forth. We did this for just a few minutes and listened back. I got nothing, although I feel stuff. He never feels stuff. But we cannot find the phone. If we find the phone, it would be epic if we could find the phone. However, on his phone, it played back, I shit you not, nerd. It said it was like a ghost was screaming nerd, but it sounded just like the guy from, what is that? Revenge of the Nerds. I think it's Revenge of the Nerds, and the guy that hated the nerds would always scream nerd, and it sounded like a ghost screamed, but it sounds like a whisper, nerd, into his phone. It was the weirdest and funniest thing that's ever happened that we had recorded, and we have nothing left of it. Yeah. We'll see. I don't want to get ahead of myself there, briefcase. I do like the editing capabilities I'm learning with the new software. I don't like the transitions of the pictures I did in the video yesterday. I should have just made them larger and had them fade in and fade out like I've always done. But I was just trying something new because in my old software, you couldn't do picture in picture. And I always admired that people could do that. But I just like the way that I used to do it instead. So I'm just going to stick with that. But anyways, I'm looking forward to putting up Saturday's video, so I really hope I have something interesting for you. I mean, I hope you find it interesting. I'm a little nervous, quite frankly. Not that you'll hate it. I'm just nervous about what we may or may not find. So with that, on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for joining me, and we'll do another live stream on Tuesday. Maybe later in the afternoon, if that works better for you guys. We'll do it in the afternoon. It's been fun. Looking forward to that recording. Bring weapons. Okay. I'll see you all soon, and thank you for coming. And if you don't know that this is how we say goodbye here, I don't know if we're making fun of the Kardashians because, I mean, who cares? They're richer than... They're probably the richest people if they combine their wealth in the country. So that's how we say goodbye here. It's sarcastic, but with all good. Yep, squirrel. I did a squirrel while I was trying to say goodbye. Very funny, Autumn. All right. So I'm going to say it. Thank you for coming. Bye. Bye. Bye.